What's up, guys, and welcome back to the other worlds. It seems that there's well, this is Alexis playing, so subscribe if you want more videos of this game. I'm asking myself, can I get to there? Can I get that thing without disturbing those guys? Maybe I can. I'm gonna sneak like a leech. Oh, she's there. So I need to convince her. Alright, let's convince her.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Where is she? There she is. Are you happy?
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my
Too late.
temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Well, I don't owe you an explanation. Or read me this paperback.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility.
Oh, she's not the leader anymore.
And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you. All this anger had to come from somewhere. Yeah, number 3.
My son worked in that cannery.
Oh, there we go.
When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Number 1, I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done?
Oh, that deal
Or you
that
just
way.
looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same 4 walls together.
Reed isn't going to just leave his post. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater.
Sounds good.
Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses.
Yeah.
I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
The good part is that there's a cemetery over there. What happens when you run out of corpses?
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's leave. So... I got my thing. If I steal something, are you going to see it? So I'm gonna go to Reed first, talk to him, and after that I'll come back for those guys. Does that sound good? I think it sounds good. Or I'll tell them to come back first. So let's go for Thomas.
Adelaide's okay.
She's
Everybody
fine.
keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
The lady.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town.
Yep. I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, number 2.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see.
Yeah, spit it out.
Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple of pointers. Let's do it.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I got one right here. Today's your lucky day, Thomas. I've got one of those data pads you wanted. I'll let you know if I find anything. I expect a fair price. You mentioned 2 pads. What about the 3rd? Yeah, let's go for that.
I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the 3rd's gone, I can't say.
So, today's your lucky day, number 1.
No kidding! Really? Well, which one?
Part 1. Found it in the community center archives.
Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
I'll let you know if I find any others.
Sure! I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
So, you want to survive without power, it's time to go back to Edgewater.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the academy, you wanted to be an engineer. Yeah, let's go. One.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater and I'm as good as dead to her.
Why is that? Number 2? Or stay put, I'm going to try to talk Reed into stepping now, yeah.
You know where to find me.
I should go. I'm gone. Grace.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
They can. It's time to go back, yeah? Why not?
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Don't do anything hasty. I'm gonna try to talk her into stepping down. Why not?
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
Alright. Hey, can I open the doors? It's sealed. Oh, that's good. I need that. Nobody saw me. I wasn't even here. So we can't go... Oh, we can. Oh, there we go. Why is this door sealed? Maybe because there's no power. So there's still a little bit of power, but not that much. Alright. Let's go to the town. Let's try to convince the dude. He's there. It's far, far, far there. I'll try not to kill him. What's that class? That's interesting. So.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
So, I spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back so long as you're here. Let's start with that.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
A change of leadership might be what this town needs. The town's terrified of the plague. Only asked me to steal medicine for him. Yeah, let's go with maybe 4. You get that little son dies.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
You said you've done your best, but all I see is a town falling into pieces. Yeah.
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I'm a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
So, Adelaide people aren't getting sick with plague. Well, I tried attack. No, number 1.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
So this town doesn't eat anything but salt tuna. Of course they're gonna get sick. Have you people ever eaten an actual vegetable? So let's go with number 1.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice salt tuna cannery. We eat salt tuna here, and only salt tuna.
I'm pretty sure it's your food that's making you sick, and you need Adulaine garden? What exactly are you putting in those cans? That's it? Just Saturday every single day? Number 3.
The Saltuna's been a mite bland ever since Adelaide left. And we don't get as much Saltuna these days, so we've had to improvise to meet quotas. We've added wood chips, some mushrooms, bit of sand, tossed some canid bits in our processor
God.
once. It all tastes like Saltuna in the end.
That can't be healthy.
Health is a state of mind, friend. Afflictions in
Oh,
one's
that's it.
body are reflections of afflictions in one's work ethic and attitude.
I'm already shooting him.
Now listen, I do not know what pretty rhetoric Adelaide has fed you, but plagues are a simple fact of life.
Helen's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down. Let's go. With that.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
She's been using human corpse in her fertilizer. She's growing her crops with a special fertilizer. Let's go with number 3.
And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly?
Corpses. Mostly humans.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
So. I'm not in the mood to argue. You want Adelaide's help? Step down. This town needs Adelaide. She won't come back so long as you're here. Let's go for 1.
You're right, I am being obstinate. If the best thing I can do for this town is to stand down, then stand down I shall. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
What are your plans? Number 3.
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Let's go for number 1. You won't last a day outside the walls, you know?
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
Take care. So, I need your key actually. Can I pickpocket you? Alright, let's go down. And I'll come back for that key. So, is there... Where is the other book? It's somewhere here. Can we grab these? So let's see her. There's the door. There it is.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Her watch. I have her watch now? Okay. Edgewater better off with you running the place. I made a mess of things, guess I'm just trying to set it right. Let's go with one.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care, girl. So let's go.
I know, I'm trying to think.
It's her.
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
So she's agreed, yeah.
Didn't think she'd go back so long as Reed was still running the place. Something must have changed. If Adelaide's going back to Edgewater, we'll follow her.
Cool. How about you? No, you.
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to town with us. With Reed gone, we're gonna need her leadership. What's on your mind?
Yeah, give me the books. No, never mind. So, hey, Zoe.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
So is this my ship spot? Yes, it is. So I have a side quest, find the 3 volumes, but oh, I do have number 2 and number 3 somewhere else. So let's go see number 2. Wait, it's here somewhere. Okay, let's go here. I need those books. So one book is there somewhere. Oh, is that in his... Is the book inside the... Oh, 5 meters. So it's one level upstairs. There we go. That's just some alcohol. Nothing good to read. Okay. And volume 3 is somewhere else. So, that's perfect. Oh, that's far. So is there someone seeing me? No one's on the right. So I'm gonna go back to my ship. And I'm gonna put that thing in it. Wait, what? Oh, the other one is there? And I missed him? I missed the book. Let's go inside them. He's gonna be a super engineer. 99 meters over there. That's far. So probably here. Oh, hello. What's up, Jeremy?
Not real. You're not real.
There's still someone there. I thought he was dead. So I need to find him. That's super creepy.
Away! You're not real. You're not real.
Where the hell is he? Let's go up.
You're not real. You're not real.
Is he near the book?
Not real. You're not real. Get away!
Oh, there he is.
No, no, no. Just leave me alone.
I need the book.
Get away! You're not real. You're not real.
So I just kill everyone.
Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
I wasn't trying to stall him. Most people don't see me coming. Calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Yeah. Slow down, tell me what's going on.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
What do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been surviving?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So this place looks abandoned. Well,
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
and you weren't killed.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You mentioned being an engineer, yeah.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Mm-hmm. Number one, you work for this mechanism, you know how to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Mm-hmm. Number one, I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Good idea. Someone tampered with it. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
I wanted to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved.
Okay, we have to
It was pandemonium.
What could this happen?
You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it.
Okay.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started.
I'm out of here. Oh, I can fast travel. I'm gonna fast travel to my ship. No, I need to give him the... Oh, I can't fast travel from this location, okay. I need to give him the books. Guard, intruders, new target, errors. Define intruders. Yeah, I'm good. So. How do I get out of here? Can't remember. It's this way. That way. Can we go there? From here to here to here and here. There we go. So I need to give him the books. Let's go, Thomas. I'll give you some books.
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to town with us. With Reed?
Today's your lucky day.
No kidding! Really? Well, which one?
Part 2.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
I've got more.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Part 3.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
It is.
That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen.
Don't fuck it up.
Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Alright. Let's go to the ship. No, that's my ship. It's not the best choice, it's Space's choice. So, is it here we say goodbye? Oh, where were those gorillas that killed me the first time? Oh, I think they were here. Shovel, yes. Looks like Indiana Jones. Might be him, you never know. So let's go into the ship.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her
Don't
drive?
freak me out.
Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship. Working on a real engine. Belonging to a proper crew.
Here's your chance.
I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
So, you've been on a ship before? I can understand where they're going. You didn't seem happy. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Let's do this. Pick a cabin, it's yours. You just met me. Why do we want to go with a stranger? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. And you talked Miss McDevitt into coming back to town. Maybe one day, Edgewater will have a garden where that cannery once stood. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that.
Cool.
Yes! I mean,
go.
thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
This is hilarious. So the person giving me a paperwork is not there anymore. Let's get inside.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Cool, you do that. Wait, what? It's my own lottery and I need to...
You're fast.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
That's great. So where do I put that thing? In here?
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. So how are you going to get up here? Oh, you can. That's cool.
Heading out.
Perfect. Now have power. Vocational competence. Oh no, that's to reset your stats. So if you say, hey, I wanted to put something else, something somewhere else, well, there you go. Captain's quarter. Okay. So now we can open up the doors. Sealed. Is there some names? Oh wow, I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crew members. That's actually pretty cool.
Coming.
Alright.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime.
Pastime.
So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
I like to know something about those I'm flying with. I'm thinking about the book we pick up. What are your thoughts on philosophers? Any idea where you can find someone who speaks French in this colony? Return to the Unreliable, Victor. I want you to wait for me on the ship. We are on the ship. Oops. Let's go for number 4.
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
That's a good lead. How do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How are you skilled hacker like that?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
I like their expressions. When they are angry, it shows, and when they are blasting off, it shows. Sounds good, let's go. Yep.
Thank you, Captain.
Alright. Is this my captain chair?
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Nice. Let's get out of here. Yes, it does.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Who's that? Oh yeah, the guy. Good, I've been waiting for her.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Never been better, I guess. 3.
Good, great, excellent. Let's move on. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay. Why do you need a nav key to land on a planet? Number 2.
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Okay. Either fine or right, or what's stopping me just leaving Halcyon altogether? Can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay? Yeah, number 4.
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
No, I think Cascadia sounds fun. Yeah, number 3, what's stopping one from just leaving?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Fine, I'll talk.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use. You want to explain what is a shroud? Yeah, no, it too.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
I'll put it to good use. Oh, two. You mentioned this thing as imitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Why do I need a gadget for this? Could I just steal a uniform or something? Yeah, that's good.
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
No, it would work.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
It sweetens my breath. Okay, I'll put it to good use.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Where is the navigation terminal? Is this it? No, no.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
I'd like to learn more of the colony. Then talk to you
See
later.
you soon, Captain.
I'll go check this out. Whoa. That's nice. And that's gonna be the end of this episode, guys. So subscribe for more. And in the next video, well, we're gonna travel into space and beyond infinity. Take care.